Hey everybody. Greetings all my fellow YouTubers and brothers and sisters out there. I just want to take a little bit of time right now while my daughter's asleep and the house is quiet. And it's been a long time since I've been able to do one of these, it feels like, and I really apologize, you guys out there who have been a big fan, and all of your loving messages and support and sweet comments. I apologize. I just life, I just lost a close member of my family that I pulled a lot of strength from, and I know you all have as well. At one point or another, we all do, and it is what it is. It's part of the journey. Goodbye, Star. Moving forward, what do I want to talk about today? As you might all well know, those of you who do watch me and are avid fans, or for those of you who are new who have never seen me before, welcome. My heart goes out to you guys. I love you all very, very much, and I do really appreciate all your positive comments and your love and support and everything that you are. Keep up the good fight. The dark is losing right now. It's obvious all around the world. The globe is in revolt. You'll hear about Occupy this, Occupy that. People everywhere in the entire planet are so sick and tired of the Illuminati, the dark hats, the dark cabalists, the Gangster, Banksters. There's many names for these criminals. However, criminals is where I want to leave that name at, or label, or whatever you want to call it. They're criminals, so you haven't heard it on CNN, ABC, NBC, AOL, MSN, Yahoo, and you won't. There are massive arrests taking place right now all around the world by the Galactic Federation of Light, by the White Brotherhoods of Light, by the Star Masters, the Light Masters, the Angels, the Way Showers. We have all came together a long time ago, and we decided that what has been transpiring on Earth for the last over 13 millennia, 13 eons, 13,000 years ago, has just, time has come, We've all prophesized this, and it has been prophesized through every civilization over the last 80,000 years about this most auspicious time, which is this 2012 galactic precessionary cycle of the equinox, okay? Basically, it means new beginnings, ending of old, new beginnings to come. They talk about the golden era, the age of peace, the age of light, the new dawn, the golden era. I mean, you could probably find hundreds of books on the same thing I'm saying. It's just I'm going to use different metaphors to kind of guide you guys along what you guys have been researching and what you've been hearing, and the information that's been coming to you naturally, magnetically, spiritually, cosmically. It's all intertwined. It's kind of like one of these things, Massive arrests are being taken underway at this moment, but you're not going to hear about it from the 5 major media corporations that have been controlling everything we've been force-fed to believe, which is the truth, which has been so far from the truth. It is just sickening to those of us that have been watching it for so long, and those of you guys who are waking up to the truth and finding out that what you've been told is a bunch of lies. Don't worry, don't beat yourself up too hard on it. I know scholars, I know professors, I know people who have been in school for 40 plus years that they've been taught like the most ridiculous things, that you know, our earth is solid and there's an iron core and there is no life in the center of the earth and it isn't hollow and we're all alone and the list goes way too long. I mean, way too long. This message today is a message of upliftment. I would like it to be, if anything else. You see, the beings of light, the Masters of Light, the Brotherhood of Light, the Galactic Federation of Light, etc., all of those who are dedicated to the service of the Supreme Source of all that is, the Creator of all that is, the, you know, the God, Goddess, energy of all that is. You guys have all your names for it, and that's fine and dandy. You could call it fiddlesticks for all I care. I really don't care. It's just how you perceive whatever it is in your reality, because everything is perspective. It's you know, it's all relative, coming from where you're perceiving it and how your level of understanding and consciousness and awareness allows it to be so. So what does all that mean? It means that everything that we've been fighting for is coming to a head. And we're kicking ass. And we're taking names. And there's a few steps left that have to be taken in order for you to see the prophecies fulfilled. What do I mean by that? Well, the dark hats, they've got to be separated. And once they're separated, they're weak. And when they're weak, it's easier for us to take them off world. It's easier to incarcerate, to put them in a place to where they can no longer harm mass consciousness and humankind and planet Earth any longer. They've not only been attacking the masses. Excuse me, I got a frog, but whatever. We all have frogs sometimes in our throats. You understand. Especially when I'm coming from the throat chakra, there's a lot of dark forces that don't want me to come from the throat chakra because they just don't want you to know what I'm about to tell you. They don't want you to know that they're losing. They don't want you to know that we're kicking their ass, and they don't want you to know that they're susceptible to being defeated. They want you to believe that you are cattle, you are sheep, you are food, and you're always going to be their slaves, if you will, their food source, if you will. Cheers, Star. Love you, miss you. I'll be with you soon. As with all the other Masters of Light that have already graduated this Earth life. Cheers, you guys. I love you. I'm so proud of you. But at the end of the day, they had to be martyrs. They had to be martyrs in order for us to witness the truths that they were speaking. Because if nothing happened to them, then they wouldn't have been speaking truths. It's funny how they can say something like what I'm telling you, and then the next day they're gone. And nobody knows why they're dead. I know. Another of us know why, but the masses won't. Because it's shrouded and it's covered and it's manipulated and controlled and swept underneath these invisible carpets that nobody even knows exist. Our financial institutions are crumbling at a very rapid rate. Good. The Federal Reserve is being investigated. All of these European institutions that have been controlling our interest rates for so many eons. People think that the Western has been the power at hand. No. The Europe, the other side of the world, has had the older families in control. And they're more from the Alpha Draconian lineage. You can trace their heritage all the way back. You can trace, actually, if you're good like that, you can find out. Just discount Obama. Keep Obama out of the picture because it is what it is. Trace every other bloodline back for the last 13,000 years, and you tell me if you can't link every single piece of DNA together. If you're a master researcher, take me up on that. Please and thank you. If you're a beginning researcher, delve in a little bit. Get your feet wet. Play ducky. You'll have fun. You'll be very intrigued, interested, and possibly horrified and shocked about everything that has been happening and transpiring upon our globe for such a long time. I'm from a whole different solar system, I'm from Sirius, so, you know, I had to do a whole different approach in order to be involved and allowed to come here. You know, I trained for many, many lives before I was allowed to come here, and so did a lot of the other star seeds. Indigo children, crystal children, Wayshore's masters of light, angels. You're surrounded by beings of light all around you. And not only on a global scale you're being attacked by the dark forces because they have no really other cards to play. On an individual basis, we're all being attacked. You see, those of us who walk into a room and light it up, the dark doesn't like that. They can't stand the light. Everywhere I go, I put so much love and light out that the darkness cannot stand guys like me, beings like me. Because you have to remember, what happens when you turn on a light in a room? The darkness runs, it flees, it hides in every nook and cranny it can possibly do, because light is infinite information, where darkness is lack of information. We are master chess players, and they're playing a game we're bored of, and it's time to play checkmate. So we've already got them to where imagine pretty much a full board of chess and a king just running, and he's in a corner, and we're pleading with him in a very enlightened and very humble approach, because let's face it, they think they're all that in a bag of chips, but when it really comes down to it, they're little scared chihuahuas that pedal themselves when anything real approaches, and they scamper and run away like the little cockroaches and scorpions they are. But what happens when you flip up that stone that they go under? They still worry and scurry away because they have no defenses against us. And this is so. Just want you guys out there to know I love you with all my heart and soul. I'm eternally grateful for all the service and hard work you put out there. Mostly all your inner work. It's so important. And your outer work is really cool too, but your inner work is the most important. It's like a ripple effect, if you will. You throw a little pebble in a pond and it just ever expands, ever slowly but surely, all around the edges of the pond. You might not even see it after the first 6 or 7 ripples. It doesn't mean it's not still happening. I guarantee you it's still happening. It might be happening on such a small scale that your naked eye can't see, but that doesn't mean it has stopped until it hits all the edges of the shore of the pond. Just planting seeds, you guys. So, the next step after that they've been separated, they've been incarcerated, there's going to be trials. As soon as there's a few of these things set into motion, the abundance programs are going to kick in. What does that mean? It means that for over 13 millennia, I say these different things thousands of years because it's been so true. Just do your research, guys. Please, and thank you. Please do it for yourselves. All of our precious metals, our gold, our silver, like all of the things that matter most have been hoarded by these greed mongers, these control masters, these powerful manipulators of fear, destruction, death, and war. So what they've done is they've replaced it with this very, very superficial, fake monetary system, which is called the dollar. And that is on its way out the door. I hate to break it to you guys who have a lot of money out there, who are trying to hoard it and this and that. It just will not stand, man. That's all. Just planting seeds. So, when the abundance programs kick in, every man, woman, and child will not starve anymore. When over the 400 patents that come out that have been kept from the whole world for the last 80 years, from all the technology that's been recovered by all these crash discs and all our brothers and sisters that they've stole from, my brothers and sisters, they didn't come up with this shit on their own. You gotta be goddamn kidding me. But that's a whole different story, isn't it? So yes, you will have free energy technology. There is a plethora of free energy technology. And those of you who like the movie Three Amigos, you'll know what a plethora is. El Guapo, he was a funny guy. Moving forward. Every man, woman, and child will be able to travel anywhere they want for free. Hawaii? Cool. Brazil? Cool. Venus? Sweet. For free. What will that entail? That will mean that we all live like millionaires. There will be no rape, murder, hunger, starvation. No, there will be no lack of anything. For every man, woman, and child will have all the prosperity and abundance from heaven is indeed granted unto them. And so be it. You know what I mean? We have a saying back home, so be it. Sadek Makia, Syrian for V1 and be in joy. It's a little longer than that, but my video's running out of batteries, so I know I gotta press forward. This YouTube thing always keeps me in time capsules, which is good because I don't want to give you too much that you can chew. You never want to give a baby a steak. Not to say that you guys are babies out there. That's not what I'm saying. It's just sometimes you have to little tidbits here and there makes everything work itself out. And that's exactly what we've been doing. That's exactly what they've been doing. They're waiting for everybody to catch up and grow up. They're sick of all these war toys and these silly puppet masters pulling each other's strings. We're all so tired of it. You guys can feel it. You know what I'm talking about. This is nothing new. I'm just reminding you of what you've forgotten over so many long years, my old friends. And some of us are meeting new friends. New souls are coming in. Not as many new souls, mostly old souls now, because the planet, as she transitions into the golden era, she needs a lot more masters in the beginning to lead the new ones coming in once it's established. So, once the prosperity funds go out, the technology will come hand in hand with our technology. What does that mean? It means, for example, we went from once upon a time, my father was a horror film critic. He had over 900 films on beta before VHS even came out. Then VHS came out. Remember that? We do. I do. And then, you know, the DVD came out. And we all know what the DVD is right now. And then the mini DVD came out. You know, and then after that, it's like Blu-ray. All I'm saying is that their technology will go hand in hand. So like, let's say if you have, apply the same principle I just used and go from the oldest computer system then to the one that used the telephone cable when it sounded like a stupid fax machine dialing up, and it took forever to get online, but once you got online it still took forever to download anything. Remember that? I do. Then the Cat5 came out, the coaxial cable, to where you had very high bandwidth and super high internet speeds and blah blah blah, and T9 and all this, and you had to share it. And then after that, wireless came out, and then Bluetooth, and then it's just going to be an extension onto that. I'm using metaphors because that's what all the masters do. They just use metaphors because sometimes it makes it a lot easier for people to understand that are just breaking out of their shell or just waking up or just kind of trying to figure it out in their own way. You know, life is tough enough without all the lies and the shit we're fed. Sorry I said the S word. Whatever, you guys are all adults by now, I'm sure. If there's a kid watching, call it poop. The silliest word in the English language as far as I'm concerned. P-O-O-P. Whatever. I didn't make it up. I love you guys with all my heart and soul. Just know that keep your head up. Just keep your energy levels up. Even though you're being attacked on personal levels, know that you have all my compassion, all my loving thoughts sent your way. I know what you're feeling. I know what you're going through. It's been tough. That's life. We're in the final throes before we overthrow. It's like the final few seconds of the 5th round of a fight. Or if you like watching boxing, they go only 12 rounds now. But I've always trained MMA, so you're doing 5 rounds, you know, and you've seen where basically it's the end of the fight. It's all on the line. Just don't stop until the referee pulls you off of the guy when you destroyed him, or the bell rings and then your hand's raised. Either way, it's a win-win. I just want to thank you guys for all you're doing, man. You guys are kicking ass and taking names. I'm very proud of you all. I'm really very, very proud of you all. And I know my energy's a little down, but you know, sometimes when you lose loved ones close to your heart, you gotta take a little time. Time heals a lot of things, and you know, those voids that feel like shotgun holes in your chest, they're replaced by better things. That's probably not the best example, but that one came to mind. So, for what it's worth, just know that's all good. We're gonna win this, and before you know it, I would love to take a tour with you on one of our galactic ships and show you about our technology and introduce you to all the members, which, I mean, not all of them, but at least the few ones that I love to introduce people to, and whatever. Like, you can meet the star councils, you can travel to Venus, there's civilizations on Mars, there's beings on the backside of the moon. I mean, there's just so much going on that I hope you get it. You know, when you hear what I'm saying, I hope this registers, because those of you who are watching this right now, there's a reason why you're watching it, and there's no coincidence and there's no mistakes. You guys are vibrationally attuned, or you're either awakening to be attuned to this vibrational frequency in order to even watch this stuff. What are you going to call it? Alright, I think that's been enough for now. And before the baby wakes up, hang loose, be good, and I'll see you shortly. Alright? Appreciate all your positive feedbacks, and I'll see you when I do. Love you guys. Good night. Namaste.